get this stuff to the community, man. So you're a community man. You've been giving away to people. Let's give away a tip, man. What's one of the top tips? Like, do you use ND filters? Do you use anything like that to help with taking these photos? What's something that these people is a cool tip for them?
I think from the photography side, the most important tip is your lighting has to be right. If your lighting is not right, it doesn't work. And I think the easiest way to learn it, like someone who doesn't understand anything about photography, is like watch a tutorial of portrait photography, because portrait photography translates one-to-one to cannabis photography. Basically, what you're doing in cannabis photography, you're taking a headshot. And you use the same techniques in cannabis photography that you use in portrait photography. But there are not many tutorials, mine will come soon, by the way, about cannabis photography. But there are many tutorials on portrait photography on YouTube and everywhere, and they're free. Check the basics of portrait photography, how to set light from the front left, right from the back right, or from the left right, what effect you can get with different lights. It is all explained very well in many different portrait photography tutorials. And if you use those techniques and you just use your flower as the model or the headshot model, basically, there you go, there's your lighting, and it will be perfect. In the tutorial I'm working on right now, I started shooting a few weeks ago about how to shoot plants, basically, or how to shoot pot portraits. It's the same thing. In portrait photography, you use a hair light. You bring two lights from the back that give you like this rim light for the face of the model. I do the same thing. It's just a leaf light, you know. I just light up the leaves from the back to give a bit more structure to the plant, you know. And these are the small tips that are literally applicable one-to-one from portrait to cannabis photography. That's why I called it pot portraits, because if you shoot plants, it is nothing but shooting a portrait of a plant. It's the same like shooting a portrait of a human. So start there, watch videos, learn how to use lighting, and then you're good to go. And in no time, you will learn how to do it. And you don't even need a good camera for it, you know.
Based on your photos, like if I was to take you from being a pot portrait to like putting you into human life photos, these are the style of photos that you would be taking based on my cannabis mind right now. You'd be taking those sexy burlesque photos, you know what I mean? The girl's got the corset on. That's what you would be taking, man. I feel like you've taken shots like that before. Is that something that's been on your resume? Is that on your resume?
No, I've been shooting portraits for a while. I never enjoyed it because my problem was I had a hard time working with models, you know. Not because I didn't like them or anything. No problem at all. But the problem is trying to tell a person how to move and how to sit in the light is much more difficult than just having a plant that will just sit still and does what it has to do, you know, like it's just looking nice and not asking questions and not moving around, you know. So for me, in my whole photography career, I always photograph stuff that is static, you know, plants, landscapes, architecture. I love shooting houses. I love shooting landscapes. I love shooting plants, you know, because they are just there. You can walk with the light and it's easy. If you walk with a human, it's more complicated, you know. So for me, I prefer pot portraits.
So